Have you ever wondered how search engines like Google navigate through the millions of websites to find exactly what you're looking for? The secret lies in something called an XML sitemap. It plays a critical role in making your website visible and understandable to search engines. Think of an XML sitemap as a roadmap of your website. This roadmap guides search engines to all the important pages on your site, ensuring that they don't miss anything. It's like providing a guidebook to your website for search engines, helping them to quickly and efficiently find all the content they need to index. But it's not just about finding content. An XML sitemap also communicates valuable information about your site's content to search engines, like when a page was last updated, how often it changes, and how it relates to other pages on your site. So, you see, an XML sitemap is essentially your website's very own guide for search engines. Now you might be asking, what exactly is an XML sitemap? Well, let's dive right into it. An XML sitemap is a roadmap for search engines, guiding them through all the essential pages on your website. Think of it as a treasure map, where the treasures are your web pages and the map is the XML sitemap. The XML sitemap is a structured document written in a machine-readable format. It's like a table of contents outlining every important page on your site. This helps search engines understand your website's structure and ensures they don't miss any significant content. Let's look at the key components of an XML sitemap. First off, we have the URL. This is the address of a specific page on your website. It's the X marks the spot on our treasure map, leading search engines straight to your content. Next is the last modified date. This tells search engines when a page was last updated. It's like adding a timestamp to our treasure map, letting search engines know if any new treasures have been added or if old ones have been polished up. Then we have change frequency. This indicates how often a page is likely to change. Is it a blog that gets updated every week? Or a static About Us page that rarely changes? This information helps search engines decide how often they should revisit your site. Finally, there's priority. This tells search engines which pages you consider most important. It's like highlighting the biggest, most valuable treasures on our map. Remember, however, that this is just a suggestion to search engines, not a command. Each of these components plays a crucial role in helping search engines navigate your website efficiently. They ensure that your content gets found, indexed, and ranked, thus improving your visibility online. With all these elements, an XML sitemap effectively communicates your website's structure to search engines. So how does one create an XML sitemap? Let's dive in and explore the process together. Creating an XML sitemap is a straightforward process that involves a few key steps. First, you'll need to compile a list of all the pages on your website. This could be as simple as going through your website and noting down the URLs, or you could use a crawler tool that can automatically extract all the URLs from your website. Remember, the goal is to include all pages, so don't leave anything out. Now, having all the pages listed, it's time to denote the importance of each page in your XML sitemap. This is where the concept of priority comes into play. This doesn't affect your site's ranking in search engines, but it does tell them which pages you deem most important for the crawlers to visit. Consider your homepage and key product pages. These might be the areas where you want to set a higher priority. Next up is setting the change frequency. This tells search engines how often you expect to update the content of a page. For instance, a blog post that you're not planning to update may have a never change frequency, while your homepage, which might get updates frequently, could have a daily or weekly change frequency. Now that we have our list of URLs, their priorities, and change frequencies, we need to structure this information in an XML format. This is where online tools and plugins come in handy. There are many free and paid tools available that can take your list and automatically generate an XML sitemap. These tools ensure that your sitemap follows the correct XML format and includes all the necessary tags. Once your sitemap is created, make sure to validate it. There are many online sitemap validators that can help you ensure your sitemap is correctly formatted and ready to be submitted to search engines. Every step in this process is important. By creating an XML sitemap, you're providing valuable information to search engines about your website. You're telling them what pages exist, how often they're updated, and which ones are most important. This helps search engines index your site more efficiently, leading to better visibility in search results. And voila, you have just created an XML sitemap for your website. This isn't just a list of URLs, it's a roadmap to your site that guides search engines to understand and index your content more effectively. Remember, a well-structured XML sitemap can be a powerful tool in your SEO toolkit. Creating an XML sitemap is one thing, but what do we do with it next? Now that we've crafted our XML sitemap, it's time to introduce it to the world, or more specifically, to the search engines. To make search engines aware of our sitemap, we need to submit it directly to them. This process varies slightly from one search engine to another, but don't worry, it's not as daunting as it sounds. For instance, if we're talking about Google, and let's face it, we often are, you just need to access the Google Search Console, select your website, and then head over to the Sitemap section. Here, you'll be able to add the URL of your sitemap and hit Submit. Bing and Yahoo follow a similar process, so once you've got the hang of it, you're pretty much set. But we're not quite done yet. There's another player in the game that we need to consider, the robots.txt file. This humble text file is like the welcoming committee for search engine spiders. It tells them where they can and can't go on your website. By adding the path of our sitemap to the robots.txt file, we're essentially rolling out the red carpet for search engines, guiding them straight to our sitemap. This way, even if we miss submitting our sitemap to a search engine, they'll still be able to find it. Now, once our sitemap is out there doing its thing, we want to keep an eye on how it's performing. This is where Search Console tools come back into play. Tools like Google Search Console offer a wealth of information about how search engines are interacting with your sitemap. You can see which URLs have been crawled, any errors that have occurred, and even how your site's data is structured. This kind of insight is invaluable for tweaking and optimizing your sitemap, and ultimately, your website's search engine performance. So there you have it. Implementing an XML sitemap involves submitting it to search engines, adding it to your robots.txt file, and monitoring its performance with Search Console tools. It's an ongoing process, but one that can make a significant difference to how search engines understand and index your website. Now you know how to get your XML sitemap up and running, ensuring your website is easily navigable for search engines. So let's quickly recap what we've learned today. We've taken a deep dive into the world of XML sitemaps and uncovered their significant role in the realm of web development. These sitemaps are more than just a list of pages on your site. They are, in fact, a powerful tool that can dramatically improve your website's visibility to search engines. We kick things off by highlighting the importance of XML sitemaps. They serve as a roadmap for search engines, guiding them through all the content on your website. This is especially crucial for sites that have hundreds or thousands of pages, as it ensures that no page gets left behind in the indexing process. Next, we delved into the structure of XML sitemaps. They're composed of several elements, each with a specific purpose. These elements include the URL of the page, the frequency of updates, the importance of the page relative to other pages on the site, and the last modification date. Understanding these elements is key to creating a well-structured and efficient sitemap. Then we walk through the process of creating an XML sitemap. This involves identifying all the URLs on your website, assigning values to the different elements for each URL, and then compiling all this information into an XML file. While this may seem daunting, there are a plethora of tools available to make this process more manageable. Finally, we discussed how to implement an XML sitemap. Once created, the sitemap needs to be uploaded to your website's root directory and then submitted to search engines. This submission process is what alerts search engines to the presence of your sitemap and allows them to start indexing your site accordingly. Remember, an XML sitemap is your website's roadmap for search engines, and creating one is a crucial step in any website development project. By doing so, you're providing search engines with a clear path to all your content, ensuring better indexing and ultimately boosting your site's visibility on the web.